Hello there, my beautiful friends. So I'm sure you guys already know what time it is, but we are going to be doing our weekly dose of window shopping together here in Pay or Stay Away and taking a look at all the new makeup releases for this week. Now I have to say my opinions are a little bit spicier on these makeup releases than they typically are here in Pay or Stay Away, but whoever said spice is a bad thing? So if you are interested in seeing what is new in the makeup market, then go ahead and keep on watching and let's jump right on in. Alright friends, let's go ahead and kick off Pay or Stay Away with an indie brand that I absolutely love, and that is Beauty Bar Baby. Now they just added 3 single shadows to their existing single eyeshadow line and 2 new single highlights as well. These are available now and everything starts at $5.95, and then if you want to upgrade to a bigger pan, it's just a few bucks more. But the 3 eyeshadows that she came out with are all really beautiful beachy greens and blue tones. She came out with the shade Parakeet, which is a pastel lime metallic with a golden shift, and the name is super cute and fits this shade just so perfectly. Reminds me of a cute little parakeet bird. It's adorable. She also came out with the shade Destiny, which is a foiled icy gray lavender, and finally Typhoon, which is a foiled blue gold. This shade reminds me of the ocean and the beach, and it's making me want to go to the beach even though Washington has no beaches. I've said this 1,000 times, but we have nothing here. Basically just sharp, jagged rocks and then water. That's our beaches. Now, these eyeshadows really aren't my personal cup of tea, but I do think that they are super, super beautiful and they look ultra foiled. I love the colors that she came out with for summertime. They're just not really my jam, because when do you ever see me up here wearing blue eyeshadow? Not very often, but I do absolutely adore the little heart-shaped pans that she put them in. Did I even mention the heart-shaped pans? Because that is a huge selling point in my personal opinion. Those are so stinking cute. But she also came out with 2 new highlighters, and this is where I get interested in this collection. So she came out with 2 new highlighters that are basically glittery, kind of shimmery topper shades. I shouldn't say glitter because people automatically freak out when you say the word glitter. These are just ultra foiled, ultra shimmery topper shades, which we all know. I love topper shades. If you're watching this, you know that this is my jam. Now, she came out with the shade Luminiferous, which reminds me of Harry Potter for some odd reason. But this is a shimmery blue gold shifting dual chrome topper shade that looks so shimmery and beautiful. And she also came out with Lucency, which is a shimmery red pink gold topper. Oh, so gorgeous. Oh my god, that description is just everything. So you guys know that when it comes to topper formulas and eyeshadows and highlighters, I have zero self-control when it comes to these things. I know I don't need anything like this because I currently own a highlight that I absolutely love and adore from Divina called OMG, and it looks very, very similar to Luminiferous from this new collection, but I couldn't resist it. I could not control myself, and I purchased both of these. I just purchased the small size. It's basically the size of an eyeshadow pan, and it comes in the cute little heart pan too. That was also another layer added on to this justification for buying things that I know I don't need yet again. I just cannot resist a good shimmery duochrome topper shade, whether it's a highlight or an eyeshadow. I just can't resist. Self-control left the building like 10 years ago. She no longer lives here. She moved very, very far away from here. So yeah, I went ahead and purchased these. They're beautiful. I can't wait to try them, and I absolutely love Divina's OMG highlight, which is what's really reminding me of these highlighters. And if these are anything like Divina's OMG, I'm gonna be a very, very happy girl, because that is my absolute favorite brow bone and inner corner highlight. I am currently wearing OMG on the inner corner and brow bone, and as you can see, it is very, very bright and intense, and not for everybody, but I love me a good bright and intense inner corner highlight. And these look like they're gonna do the job perfectly. So I am super excited about these highlighters in particular, and I'm really excited to see what other shades she comes out with as far as eyeshadows go, because the last collection she came out with was so up my alley. It was all pinks and purples, and now she's done some blues and some greens, so I'm excited to see where she goes next. While we're on the topic of my lack of self-control, this is another launch that really piqued my interest, and this is something new from Sydney Grace Cosmetics, which is an indie brand that is absolutely amazing. Their products are so high quality and just so minimalistic. They seem so low effort. But Sydney Grace was missing a very specific kind of eyeshadow in her makeup line, and that eyeshadow is pressed glitters. So these pressed glitters are available as of right now. They retail for $6 each, and there are 6 different shades to choose from. Now, usually I'm not super crazy about pressed glitters. If there's a pink pressed glitter, I get really excited, or a lavender one, or something pastel, I get super excited, because of course I do. I get excited over any pink or lavender pastel eyeshadow. But when it comes to more neutrally toned pressed glitters, I've never really been the most excited about them. But let me tell you, those days have changed, because this collection of pressed glitters, even though the collection is small, there's only 6 shades, my good God, are these beautiful or what? I don't think I've ever seen a pressed glitter collection as beautiful as this. I mean, this just looks so elegant, and the color selection is just so sophisticated and just so fancy looking and so clean, if that makes sense. So I picked one of these up about an hour ago. I was trying to be good and not spend money, but they're only $6 and I only picked up one of them. Initially, I really wanted to pick up the shade Mandalay Beach, which is that beautiful deep toned rose gold with a little bit of cool toned pink kind of splashed in there. But that shade, of course, was sold out. Why? But I picked up the shade Honeymoon Island instead, which looks very, very similar. It just looks a little bit less cool toned pink and a little bit more neutrally, and it's also a little bit lighter as well. But the actual tones themselves are very, very similar between the two, so I basically purchased what I could get. And you know, honestly, if I had more spending money right now, I would have picked up more of them. But that was the last of my spending money. It is gone. And these will probably be something that make their way into my collection sometime in the future if she restocks them. And I'm sure she will, because she's already sold out of at least one shade. I haven't even checked on the others. I think these are just so absolutely beautiful, and I hope she expands the collection. I hope she adds more shades kind of like this, you know, sticking with that neutral-ish theme and just making it look so elegant and clean and perfected. I think it's really fun, and this is something that I don't really go for very often as far as colors go, so I'm really excited to get this guy in my collection and to test out these pressed glitters. Sydney Grace pressed glitters. I never really thought I'd be saying, you know, those two words together, but somehow we've made it here. If I seem like I'm a little bit out of breath, that's because I definitely am. It is so incredibly hot in this room. And of course I can't have the air conditioning on, because the air conditioning sounds like a freaking monster truck running over a bunch of cars and would just be incredibly loud for you guys. So please forgive me if I seem a little bit winded. So the next new makeup release that I wanted to share with you guys today is from Divina Cosmetics, which you guys know is one of my absolute favorite brands in the entire world. They are most definitely in my top 3, if not my top 2. But they just came out with some more of their butterfly multichrome shifters, and they came out with some new bundles as well. So Divina has had the multichrome butterfly shifters for quite some time in their line, and the one thing that they were really kind of showing off and marketing at the beginning was that these were only $10. Divina has come out with 2 other multichrome type collections since the butterfly collection, the Galaxy Dust collection and the Willy Wonka Exploders collection, which I have like a million videos on both of those collections, which I will have linked, of course, if you're curious. But those were a little bit cheaper than the $10 price tag that we're seeing right now. But the thing about the butterfly collection, that first initial collection they came out with as far as multichromes go, is that this is the standard kind of jewel toned, deeper toned multichromes that have 4 or 5 different colors running throughout them. And there are a buttload of indie brands who have these types of shadows in their lines now, but the price point on this particular kind of multichrome, the jeweled kind of deeper toned multichromes with a bunch of different shifts in them, are very, very expensive. They're spendy. They usually retail, I think $15 is about as low as you can get them, and then the highest price point I've seen is around $25. So yeah, they're spendy, they're beautiful, but they're gonna cost you an arm and a leg. So the cool thing about the butterfly multichrome shifters is that these are $10. They're significantly cheaper than everything else that's on the market as far as this particular kind of multichrome goes. Because this particular kind, for some reason, is the most expensive type that's out on the market. I don't know why, I don't know the logistics of it. I would assume that the actual pigments themselves are pretty darn expensive to be able to get that many different colors in one single eyeshadow. Now, Divina has 8 different butterfly multichromes to choose from, which of course are $10. I've been saying that for the past 5 minutes, you know this by now. But you can also pick up the entire bundle for $72 as of right now on their website, or you can pick up 4 different shades for $36 together as a bundle, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion. So these are absolutely beautiful. I mean, these are gorgeous jewel toned shades that have so many different shifts in them, and this is totally my kind of eyeshadow. But right now I have the entire Willy Wonka Exploders collection, the entire Galaxy Dust collection, and I also just got 18 different shades of multichrome goodness from Divina Cosmetics as well, so I am like totally set on multichromes for at least a few months, if not forever. Theoretically it should be forever, but we all know it's not going to be. But right now I'm gonna skip purchasing some of these just because I have so many and I want to use the ones that I have. And I happen to own all of those different collections of multichromes, and why I'm finding myself having more than I can even handle is because Divina sent me both the Willy Wonka Exploders and the Galaxy Dust Shifters because I am an affiliate to Divina. I do have a code. If you want to use it, it is EmilyVioletMarie20. It'll get you 20% off of your entire purchase, and I do make a little bit of taco money, a little bit of snack money on the side here if you choose to use the code and purchase them. I also wanted to throw out there that if any of you guys do happen to use the code, let me know in the comments below and leave a product that you'd like to see me review here on my channel, because I would like to put the money that I earn from affiliate links to purchasing things that you guys actually want to see, because I'm going to use it and spend it on makeup anyway, so I might as well purchase something that you guys want to see here on my channel. But back to the butterfly multichromes. As of right now, I just simply don't need them, although they're absolutely beautiful, but I need to get use out of the other Divina collections that I have, and all the other multichromes that I have in my collection, or else they're just gonna sit there and collect dust, and Lord knows we don't need that. They are too beautiful to collect dust. Okay, so now we're gonna get into this spicy topic here. And I hope you have a glass of milk ready because, yeah, she's gonna get a little bit heated. So this is a new collection that is coming out, a new release from Bombshell Cosmetica. Now, this is a collaboration with someone named Maryjane.beauty on Instagram, and this is called the Mystic Unicorn Palette. I had a few of you guys tag me in some of the swatches of this palette because it looks like we got some really beautiful topper purpley shades that are sparkly and look a little bit pinky as well, and oh, just my kind of eyeshadow. You guys know me. But I have to say, I don't really know if I'm going to be purchasing from Bombshell Cosmetica anytime soon, even though I think this palette is really cute. I kind of have a little bit of a gripe with them. But basically, I went ahead and purchased the Strawberry Milkshake palette. Back in April, I purchased it on the exact day that it launched, like exactly at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time when they dropped it. And they were offering a special promotion that if you were in the first 100 people to purchase anything from their milkshake and hamburger collection that came out, you would get everything for half price. So the palette usually retails, I believe, for $44, and I picked it up for like $22, I think. It was real cheap, and I was very, very happy that I was in that first 100. I felt very accomplished about it, actually, which is very kind of concerning. So fast forward a few months, the palette finally shows up. It took a really long time to actually arrive, like a suspiciously long time to arrive, like 2 months long. But I'm a patient girl. I understand things happen, especially when you're an indie brand. I have a lot more lenience for indie brands than I do for big name brands who have all the manpower to be able to pump stuff out really quickly. Indie brands don't have that, so I get it. So one day I get a knock at the door from a lovely USPS woman asking me to give her $22 in order to basically receive the package that I already purchased from Bombshell Cosmetica, that I already spent $22 on. And in order to have her hand it over to me, like physically give it to me, the thing that I purchased already, I had to pay her $22. I was extremely confused, okay? Why did I have to give this lady $22 when I already purchased this palette for 22 bucks? I basically had to pay the full price, even though I got it discounted. I was very, very confused, but luckily my boyfriend happens to work for the USPS and explained to me what was going on. Basically, they had marked my package as weighing way less than it actually did, so when they mailed it out, the USPS people noticed that it weighed more than they actually paid for it to be sent out as, if that makes sense. So basically, I ended up getting charged 22 bucks because it was marked as something that was just a few ounces when it was actually a pallet, a heavy, hefty palette. So naturally, I shoot them a DM. I am very calm and collected. I'm not the can I speak to your manager kind of person. I'm very understanding when it comes to this type of stuff. Like I said, I make mistakes all the time at work, so I totally understand if, you know, someone slipped up somewhere. It's no biggie. So I didn't get a response from them for a few weeks, and I didn't just want to, you know, resend the message immediately because I understand people get busy, especially indie brands. They get very, very busy with all the orders that they have. So I gave it a few weeks and then I just shot them another message reminding them that I had sent them the message and that all of this shenanigans happened. I'll wrap this up here because I know I'm just going on and off about this, but they basically respond and apologize, offer to refund my money. So I give them my PayPal and nothing shows up in the PayPal. So I send them another message and they don't respond. So I send them another message a few weeks later and they respond with, sorry babe, we'll get to it. So I think I'm just giving up at this point because very clearly I'm annoying somebody with wanting to get my refund, and I'm just gonna take it as an L, and I'm not gonna get my refund, I don't think. And like I said, I don't want to sit here and bash, this brand. I don't want to sit here and bash somebody, but I mean, it's been a few months since I even first purchased the palette, and at this point it's just kind of ridiculous, so that's why I'm sitting here and complaining to the internet about it. Long story short, I will probably not be purchasing anything from them anytime soon. I'm sorry. I am not a drama channel, okay? I do not like the tea. I am not into confrontation, so it was really kind of uncomfortable for me to be kind of poking and prodding them like, yo, you gonna refund me? But it's just a mess. And I promise we won't be having these long story times in Pay or Stay Away at all, hopefully ever again, because I'm just hoping that this won't happen ever again. Alright guys, but I'm just about beat after that long ass story. So let's get to the very final release, which is from Miss Natasha Denona. We're getting a lot of products from her lately, and I'm not necessarily against that because her products have been relatively, for her, reasonably priced, which is very, very cool. I really appreciate her, listening to people's critiques and catering to a larger mass of people by offering these lower price points. She is coming out with the Coral palette. Now this will be available on August 3rd and it's going to retail for $48 for 5 different shades of beautiful Natasha Denona goodness. Now this is a coral eyeshadow palette. This is something that if you showed this to me at the beginning of 2018, I would have just about pooped my pants with excitement. I was absolutely obsessed with coral eyeshadow. That is all I talked about. And then somehow coral turned into pink and I've been on a pink eyeshadow train ever since. But I used to be absolutely obsessed with coral. It's all I wore back in the day. So this palette is stunning. I love these colors. I especially love that beautiful kind of deep silvery mauve foiled metallic shade in the center there. That is just absolutely stunning. But I feel like out of all the colors in this little palette here, I own all of the ones that I would want from this palette. And don't get me wrong, Natasha Denona has always had very beautiful color schemes and really interesting ideas of pairing colors together, but I kind of feel like maybe we could switch it up a little bit as far as the color selection goes on these 5-pan palettes. I don't know, I just kind of feel like this one looks kind of similar to some of her others, and even if they're not exactly the same, some of the tones are kind of similar. We haven't seen her come out with any 5-pan palettes that are lavender or pink. You knew I was gonna say it. Yeah, I want Natasha Denona to come out with a pink palette or a pastel palette. Obviously, I want every brand to come out with that kind of palette, but I feel like from Natasha, she could do something really interesting and really cool. I'm pretty sure that she doesn't use pinks a lot or lavenders that often, so I kind of see why she hasn't come out with any like pastel palettes or pink palettes or maybe even like a sunny yellow palette. That'd be interesting, but I guess I see why she hasn't, because I believe that she designs all of her products and creates them for makeup artists and whatnot, and doesn't just create them for the crazy person online who's obsessed with pink makeup. Or I would love to see a rose gold palette from her. Oh my god, it would be absolutely beautiful. Just a 5-pan blush rose gold palette from her with a bunch of really beautiful different tones of rose gold, foiled shades, and even a sparkly rose gold and some blush matte tones. Oh my god, that would be incredible. So I really hope one day she comes out with a rose gold palette or a pink palette or a lavender palette or even a pastel palette. Just something a little bit more different for her actual brand itself. Is that just me? Am I alone in that? Probably, but nonetheless, I think it would be a great idea. Alright friends, congratulations if you made it this far. We have made it to the end of Pay or Stay Away for this week, and let me tell you, I have run into just about every technical difficulty imaginable with this video, so I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, but please do let me know down in the comments what you are gonna be purchasing for this week, if you're gonna be purchasing anything at all, and let me know if there's anything that you're interested in that I didn't talk about and that I don't know about. But if you are interested in window shopping with me every single Monday here in Pay or Stay Away, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. This way you can join me every single week and we can talk about makeup that we shouldn't buy or makeup that we want to buy but can't afford. And if you enjoyed the video, I would absolutely love it if you gave me a big old thumbs up. It helps out the channel, it helps out small YouTubers like me. So if you choose to do so, then thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. But with that being said, I hope you are having an absolutely amazing and beautiful day wherever you are. And thank you so much for joining me and spending your time here. I hope to see you next time. Bye!